Tapping brakes on a bad idea. You say it's fine, just take it slow. Measure pills out half the dosage. Same poison, smaller glow. Reading labels on your temper, like that turns venom into rain. You're counting to 10 in the doorway, still walking back into the flame. Controlling slow motion still breaks the same bones. We just learned to name the fracture while pretending we've grown. Controlling slow motion still cuts to the same stone. It just takes longer to admit it's home. You color code your excuses, file every outburst in a drawer, drafting apologies in your head before my key hits the door. You trade shouting for silence, call it progress, call it grace, but a quiet shove is still a shove, just leaves a cleaner face. Controlling slow motion still breaks the same bones. We just learned to name the fracture while pretending we've grown. Controlling slow motion still cuts to the same stone. It just takes longer to admit it's home. How many days can a crack hold shape before the whole thing caves? Oh, how many times can you say I've changed while everything stays the same? Controlling slow motion still breaks the same bones. We just learned to sign the exit on the cast that you own. Controlling slow motion still cuts to the same stone. It just takes longer to admit it's home. He says, I'll walk you home. Checks the lock, keeps your phone. Says it's just in case, you know. Code on the back room chair, his name in all your mail. Every exit marked with care, but only from his side. He calls himself protective, like a blessing, like a shield, but every door you touch only swings one way. Baby, I'm obsessive, 'cause I love you. I'm your safe, but every time you try, the handle doesn't change. He calls himself protective. You just call it one way. He keeps your spare set safe, so you never lose your keys. Tracks your little blue dot like it's proof that you believe. Friends' names fade from your screen, that one never liked me. Funny how concern can sound like closing metal seams. He calls himself protective, like a blessing, like a shield, but every door you touch only swings one way. Baby, I'm you're safe, but every time you try, the handle doesn't change. He calls himself protective. You just call it one way. What if care left a crack of air? What if love opened more than it closed? If you need permission just to breathe and move, is it danger out there or the danger you hold? He calls himself protective, like a blessing, like a shield, but every door you touch only swings one way. You pack one bag so quiet, heart pounding in the frame. Tonight you push so hard, that old hinge finally breaks. I still call it protective. You'll just call it escape. You said you'd only stay an hour, coat still on, hand on your phone. Laugh a little too bright at something small. He buys around, you take the seat, one chair closer, not next to me. Your fingers trace the sweat and glass, then mine at last. Jealousy never kicks the door in, just watches from the far side of the room. It sits there counting every glance you give him, waiting for the song to change its tune. It doesn't shout, it just keeps score in silence, sips its drink and hums along in time. Jealousy stays right where the light thins, shadows at closing time. You lean in so you won't shout, music up, your guard down. His joke lands and you touch his shoulder first. I'm smiling like it's all a game, another round. You say my name, soft and sweet, like something you might put away. Jealousy never kicks the door in, just watches from the far side of the room. It sits there counting every glance you give him, waiting for the song to change its tune. It doesn't shout, it just keeps score in silence, sips its drink and hums along in time. Jealousy stays right where the light thins, shadows at closing time. By the time the chairs are stacked and they're sweeping up the night, it's the last one in the corner, still pretending it's alright. You ask if I'm okay, I say I'm fine, just tired. You take my arm, we walk outside, it trails us like a tired fire. Jealousy never kicks the door in, just rides along the curb under the moon. It sits there counting every word you give him, echoes of the bar still in its shoes. It doesn't shout, it just keeps score in silence, breath held in the backseat of my mind. Jealousy waits for all the lights to flicker, shadows at closing time. backseat light fading out, keys on the counter. You say my name too soft, like you're already sorry. Wet footprints in the hall, dripping from your jacket. Same line on repeat. I've got nowhere else to go. Midnight begging hits harder in the rain. Every promise sounds holy in the dark, but I still taste last time on my tongue, and I still feel fingerprints that never stay. Midnight begging always sounds believable with the storm pressed tight against the glass, but I know better than to trust that weather. I won't open up just because it's pouring. You trace my coffee cup like it's some confession. Eyes shiny, too bright from the street lamp shine. You say you've changed this time, like changing into dry clothes, but I remember soaked jeans on my floor at 3 a.m. Midnight begging hits harder in the rain. Every promise sounds holy in the dark, but I still taste last time on my tongue, and I still feel fingerprints that never stay. Midnight begging always sounds believable with the storm pressed tight against the glass, but I know better than to trust that weather. I won't open up just because it's pouring. You lean on the door frame, waiting for it to swing. I lean on the thunder, let the silence sting. If you mean it in the morning, you can call me in the light. Till then, keep your whisper worship on the sidewalk for the night. Midnight begging hits harder in the rain. Every promise sounds holy in the dark, but I still taste last time on my tongue, and I still feel fingerprints that never stayed. Midnight begging always sounds believable with the storm pressed tight against the glass, but I know better than to trust that weather. I won't open up just because it's pouring. Your name on her tongue like a warning fine print hiding under your smile. You lean and say, trust me, it's nothing. She's been reading you for a while. All those tiny clauses you wrote between the lines, heartbreaking the margins, but she still signs. One kiss feels less like affection, more like paperwork for disaster. Initial here, press harder, a little faster. She knows every touch is a future answer to questions she don't wanna ask her, but she signs anyway. You file all her dreams in a drawer, stamped later in permanent ink. She jokes that she's bad with decisions. You joke that you're good at the brink. Late fees on her feelings, she's paying overtime. Still she flips the pages and crosses the line. One kiss feels less like affection, more like paperwork for disaster. Initial here, press harder, a little faster. She knows every touch is a future answer to questions she don't wanna ask her, but she signs anyway. sentence still says yes. Hands on your back, pen to the page. She can't help loving what's gonna break. One kiss feels less like affection, more like paperwork for disaster. Initial here, press harder, a little faster. She knows every touch is a future answer to questions she don't wanna ask her, but she signs anyway. Yeah, she signs anyway. You say it's fine and circle back and fight. Same old question, we're in a new disguise. You keep receipts on every word I said, lay them out like knives by the side of the bed. Every conversation is a loyalty test. You're grading every answer with a hand on your chest. Love becomes an exam, no one ever aces. Red ink running all over our faces. If I'm guilty just for breathing your air, guess I'm failing even when I care. You twist my late reply into a plotted crime. Check my pauses for a hidden lie. I'm walking on multiple choice landmines. Even I love you has a wrong way to land this time. Every conversation is a loyalty test. You're grading every answer with a hand on your chest. Love becomes an exam, no one ever aces. Red ink running all over our faces. If I'm guilty just for breathing your air, guess I'm failing even when I care. What if we drop the questions for once? Let silence be, just silence this mind. No more pop quizzes in the dead of night. Just your hand in mine and a little less right. Every conversation is a loyalty test. You're grading every answer till there's nothing left. Love became an exam, we're too tired to finish. All that pressure turn and go to limits. If we're guilty just for needing repair, let's stop failing and get out of the chair. His name lands in the room like a glass on the table, half full, half shaken. She says it barely above her breath, like she's lighting a candle in a house that's already blazing. His name's a prayer and a problem, her tongue at the same time. Every syllable asking for mercy, every vowel crossing a line. She rolls it slow like it might save her, or pull the floor out from under too. His name's a prayer and a problem, and somehow both feel true. She laughs right after she says it, too sharp, too quick, like she heard herself confess. Eyes down, tracing the rim of her cup, as if she could draw a circle big enough to keep him out, keep him close. His name's a prayer and a problem, on her tongue at the same time. Every syllable asking for mercy, every vowel crossing a line. She rolls it slow like it might save her, or pull the floor out from under too. His name's a prayer and a problem, and somehow both feel true. How can four small letters drag a whole past into the room? How can one soft sound feel like hope and a bruise? His name's a prayer and a problem, on her tongue at the same time. Every syllable asking for mercy, every vowel crossing a line. She rolls it slow like it might save. Oh, she wants to tore up from under too. His name's a prayer and a problem, and somehow both feel true. You fold my name into sharp white squares, say it's all for keeping safe, all for keeping me there. Keys on the counter, your smile so sure. You call it shelter, feels more like a drawer. Your love like ownership, papers all close, a small print, fine lines. I keep signing in invisible ink, like maybe you won't notice this time. You talk forever like it's forever. I nod like I'm starting to think, but my hand just hovers over the dotted line. I keep signing in invisible ink. You frame my photos, hang them straight, then straight again. Measure every crooked edge, like you're guarding something thin. You say you're mine like a blessing, like a crown, but every time you say it, I feel my name wear down. Oh. Your love like ownership, papers all close, a small print, fine lines. I keep signing in invisible ink, hoping I can slip through in time. You talk forever like it's forever. I nod like I'm starting to sink, but my hand invisible ink. She kisses like a warning sign, laughing with her hands on fire. His name still tastes like borrowed time, but she keeps leaning in and tighter. All her friends say walk away, she just twists the volume up. Heart in the backseat spinning plates, mind saying enough. 'Cause the chemistry keeps sounding louder than reason, drowning every red flag out in reverb and breathing. Every look is a hit, every touch is a glitch, yeah. The chemistry keeps sounding louder than reason, louder than reason. She traces every faded scar, knows the story, knows the cost. Still she's picking constellations in a sky that gets lost. Lightning in a locked up room, she could find the exit door. But every time he says her name, she's right back wanting more. 'Cause the chemistry keeps sounding louder than reason, drowning every red flag out in reverb and breathing. Every look is a hit, every touch is a glitch, yeah. The chemistry keeps sounding louder than reason. If danger had a face, it would look like this. Open palm, clenched fist, and she can't resist. If logic had a voice, she would cut the cord. But her body makes a different choice and pulls him closer. 'Cause the chemistry keeps sounding louder than reason, drowning every red flag out in reverb and breathing. Every look is a hit, every touch is a glitch, yeah. The chemistry keeps sounding louder than reason, louder than reason. She reads the message, lets the screen go dark. Blue light gone, but it burned a mark. Thumb on the glass, but she pulls it back. Heart in her throat, but her spine stays flat. For 1 minute, silence feels like power. Every second stretching like a tower. She won't chase, won't speak, just her breath in the room. For 1 minute, silence feels like power, holding all the noise outside the door. She's her own signal for now. calls back later. Maybe she says what she meant, or says that. But this small still space in her shaking hands is the first thing she's claimed for herself. For 1 minute, silence feels like power. Every second stretching like a tower. She won't chase, won't speak, just her breath in the room. For 1 minute, silence feels like power, holding all the noise outside the door. She's her own signal for now. He says forever, like a locked door, like numbers on a prison drawer. You taste the promise like cheap red wine, burns going down, but it calms your mind. When he says forever, it's a holy thread. You call it love cause it's all you get. Kneeling in the chaos like a quiet saint, praying for the parts of him you hope he ain't. When he says forever, you forget to breathe. Call it sacred cause you're scared to leave. His temper's gospel written on your skin. Every broken glass is a tiny amen. You kiss the damage like a rosary, counting all the times that he swore he'd leave. When he says forever, it's a holy thread. You call it love cause it's all you get. Kneeling in the chaos like a quiet saint, praying for the parts of him you hope he ain't. When he says forever, you forget to breathe. Call it sacred cause you're scared to leave. Is this worship or just warning? Are his arms a church all morning? If heaven hurts you every night, would a real God need you this time? When he says forever, it's a holy thread. You call it love cause it's all you get. Kneeling in the chaos like a quiet saint, praying for a version he's never met. When he says forever, you forget to breathe. Call it sacred cause you're scared to leave. When he says forever, you just bow your head, wearing his intensity like it's blessed instead. Red dress on a Tuesday. He said he'd stay clean. Started last week, laughing at the warning like they're old friends. Her lipstick on his coffee marks the end. She's his favorite bad habit and he knows it. Takes a hit of her name just to cope with. Some addictions arrive wearing perfume, and they take what they want when they choose. She's his favorite bad habit and he uses it till he uses him up and he loses every promise he swore he'd hold true. Midnight in his work shirt, tie on the floor, phone face down, it hurts. She laughs in his collar, says you're all mine. He tastes all his failures in a cheap wine. She's his favorite bad habit and he knows it. Takes a hit of her name just to cope with. Some addictions arrive wearing perfume, and they take what they want when they choose. She's his favorite bad habit and he uses it till it uses him up and he loses every promise he swore he'd hold true. He's shaking in the daylight, still smelling her skin. Swears this is the last time till she walks back in. Oh no, he can't tell the craving from the truth. All he's ever hungry for is her. She's his favorite bad habit and he knows it. Takes a hit of her name just to cope with. Some addictions arrive wearing perfume, and they take what they want when they choose. She's his favorite bad habit and he uses it till it uses him up and he loses every promise he swore he'd hold true. Your name on her tongue like a warning, fine print hiding under your smile. You lean and say, trust me, it's nothing. She's been reading you for a while. All those tiny clauses you wrote between the lines, heartbreak in the margins, but she still signs. One kiss feels less like affection, more like paper. Work for disaster, initial here. Press harder, a little faster. She knows every touch is a future answer to questions she don't wanna ask her, but she signs anyway. Yeah, she signs anyway. You file all her dreams in a drawer, stamp later in permanent ink. She jokes that she's bad with decisions. You joke that you're good at the brink. Late fees on her feelings, she's paying overtime. Still she flips the pages and crosses the line. One kiss feels less like affection, more like paper. Work for disaster, initial here. Press harder, a little faster. She knows every touch is a future answer to questions she don't wanna ask her, but she signs anyway. But she signs anyway. Terms and conditions spelled in your breath. She reads every sentence, still says yes. Hands on your back, pen to the page. She can't help loving what's gonna break. One kiss feels less like affection, more like paper. Work for disaster, initial here. Press harder, a little faster. She knows every touch is a future answer to questions she don't wanna ask her, but she signs anyway. Yeah, she signs anyway. You fold my name into sharp white squares. Say it's all for keeping safe, all for keeping me there. Keys on the counter, Your smile so sure you call it shelter, feels more like a drawer. You love like ownership, papers all closets, small print, fine lines I keep signing in invisible ink. Like maybe you won't notice this time. You talk forever, like it's forever, not like I'm starting to think, but my hand just hovers over the dotted line I keep signing in invisible ink. You frame our photos, hang them straight, then straight again. Measure every crooked edge like you're guarding something. Then you say you're mine, like a blessing, like a crown. But every time you say it, I feel my name written down. You love like owners, papers all closed, a small print, fine line I keep signing in invisible ink, hoping I can slip up through in time. You talk forever, like it's forever, not like I'm starting to sink, but my hand just trembles over the dotted line I keep signing in invisible ink. What if I left one page blank? Would you see me or just see what you can take? If I wrote leave, so faint it barely shown, would it break your heart if it never reached your home? You love like ownership, papers all closets, small print, fine lines I keep signing in invisible ink, leaving every exit undefined. You talk forever, like it's forever. Smile while I quietly shrink till the day this pen runs out above your line and my name stops in invisible ink. He pours her coffee, names every fracture in her smile, says you're tired again, like he's been camping in her mind. She never told him about the night she couldn't breathe. Still he traces every shadow like a map under her sleeve. He reads her silence better than her words, finishes the sentences she never said. Feels like safety till it's sitting in her head. If he reads her silence better than her words, every quiet thought becomes his home. If he knows her better than she knows herself, she should run. She should run. Dinner in the doorway, he's already guessed what went wrong. Rough day at the office, let me tell you what they've done. She laughs on cue now, learns the script he wrote for two. Every time she tries to answer, he already knows the truth. He reads her silence better than her words. Hears a tremor in a half-drawn breath. Feels like kindness till she's got nothing left. If he reads her silence better than her words, every pause turns into proof. If his version of her starts drowning out the truth, she should run. She should run. Who are you when someone always knows first? When every hesitation gets translated into words. Is it love, or is it losing yourself slow? If he never needs to ask you, where do you ever go? sisters' names. He's saving screenshots of her stories like tiny picture frames. He says he loves her freckles more than the summer sun. He's practicing a future she never really spun. He wants her whole life more than her attention. Plans in his pocket she never even mentioned. That should scare her more than it does, more than it does. But she just calls it love. He's circling apartments they'd maybe move into. He jokes about their children like it's something that they'll do. She laughs and changes subject, scrolls through a different dream. He's already at their wedding, she's still picking out her jeans. He wants her whole life more than her attention. Maps on his phone to places she's not stepping. That should scare her more than it does, more than it does. But she just calls it love. She's too tired to read the warning signs. Maybe being wanted feels safer than her mind. He says you're all I'll ever need, and it lands so light, like it couldn't ever crush her quiet life. He wants her whole life more than her reflection. Promises piled like boxes in the bedroom. That should scare her more than it does, more than it does. She smiles and calls it love. Velvet on the chairs, ice in every glass, gold frame on the mirror, cracks you never ask. Laughs flow like perfume, sharp behind the teeth, diamonds on their fingers, hands curled underneath. A room full of tension can still look luxurious. Every glimmer hiding how furious we are. Silk on the surface, nails in the mattress. That's the danger, that's the danger of pretty darkness. Candles dripping slow, cold shadows trade their lies. Compliments like carved stone, heavy in their shine. You pour me another, smile like it's a dare. All this curated comfort can't clean the poison air. A room full of tension can still look luxurious. Every glimmer hiding in time with my heartbeat. Chandelier shaking, but nobody sees. We dress the storm in velvet and glass, but thunder still talks through the cracks. Oh, a room full of tension can still look luxurious. Every glimmer hiding how furious we are. Silk on the surface, nails in the mattress. That's the danger, that's the danger of pretty darkness. That's the danger of pretty darkness. You said, text me when you're home then. Share your location. Tiny locks in every line, disguises dedication. You count the nights like favors owed. You call it keeping score. My name sounds strange in your mouth, like something that you own. Your care sounds like rules to me. Every baby feels like promise you'll obey. You say it is love, my body pulls away. Your touch writes my schedule down, tries to tell my heartbeat what to say. You swear this is love, but my body says otherwise anyway. You hold the door then, hold my time. Rewrite plans you never asked. Just worried as you scan my clothes and edit out my past. You plant your hands around my waist like fences in wet ground. Call it home, call it forever. I just hear your na-na, la-la-la. Your care sounds like rules to me. Every baby feels like promise you'll obey. You say it is love, my body pulls away. Your touch writes my schedule down, tries to tell my heartbeat what to say. You swear this is love, but my body says otherwise anyway. If this is what loving you cost, why does it feel like it lost? Why does my spine go stiff when you say my full name? If this is your version of safe, why does my pulse try to escape? How come my skin flinches every time you say it's just my way? Your care sounds like rules to me. Every baby feels like promise you'll obey. You say it is love, my body pulls away. Your touch writes my schedule down, tries to tell my heartbeat what to say. You swear this is love, but my body, my body, my body says otherwise anyway. Pin to a map, green dot on a glass blue sky. Just checking you're safe. He says it like a lullaby. At first it felt like flowers, all these eyes on my lane. Now it's tiny red numbers tattooing my name. You know my radius down to the meter. Every back road, every bar, every feeder. Used to feel magic, now it's a vice. You don't love precision, cutting my life to a line. Precision, precision, I used to call it divine. Screenshot at midnight, why'd you leave home at 10? Typing, erasing, what can I say again? You call it just caring, I call it a lens on my day. Turn my phone on airplane, just to breathe on the way. You know my radius down to the meter. Every shortcut, every turn, every heater. Used to feel magic, now it's a vice. You don't love me, you just love the precision, precision. Marking my moves like a crime. Precision, precision, measured in pings every time. Was it ever a choice, or just a quiet consent? I said share for the week, and now you track every moment. If I disappear, will you